Welcome back, Ethan.
All right. Again, it is Michael, and welcome to a new show. This show will be called Policy and Rights, and it is about what our politics and government elected officials do for us as the general public, and how it has an effect on rights, policies, public programs, and alike that we as the people need to have. So let's really start off with a couple of things that I found in either the Globe and Mail or the Vancouver Sun this morning. Okay, so Pleckens expects to hear from police soon about BC legislator financial probe. A financial probe going into the spending of government, and what are elected officials actually spending money on, and then charging it back to us, the people, through our taxes and things like that. This has been a series of um, of hearings and investigations that have been going on for a little while now, at least 6 months or more, probably closer to a year. This is also, remember that along with this, that before the municipal elections, that there was talk about former Solicitor General Rich Coleman may have been involved in some sort of money laundering. I'm not exactly sure how that all panned out, but this particular probe is going a lot further into what is going on when officers saying when the report comes out, the public will be sickened. So let's keep an eye on that. And this is what the show is about, keeping an eye on what our public officials are actually doing for us and how it is actually affecting what we need from government. So we will do our best to actually relate things straight back to what's going on. And we will try to actually bring as many experts in on things as possible. On the national level, the RCMP needs to probe allegation that PMO, of course, that's the Prime Minister's office, pressured Wilson Raybould to on the SNC Levin case, says the former judge. This is actually in CBC, but I originally found roots of this article in the Globe and Mail. Former judge says RCMP needs to investigate allegations reported by Globe and Mail that the Prime Minister office pressured former Justice Member Jody Wilson Raybould to intervene in a criminal prosecution, and that criminal prosecution actually refers back to the SNC Levin case, where they could have been trying to filter money and policies to go into a country that it was not supposed to. All right. So Justin Trudeau, in this particular case, he's saying that he didn't put any pressure at all on Wilson Raybould, and of course we know that Wilson Raybould is now Minister of Veteran Affairs and no longer Justice Minister. So we don't know what really happened behind those closed doors, but I know that Wilson Raybould, she is also not only elected official, but she's formerly an activist for rights for people. So who knows what's really going on there? But that's what we want to start to find out, is how these things actually start to affect our lives, how this starts to affect what is going on for us. Our elected officials, of course, acting in the best of interest for us. Okay, so that's here in Canada. Now, in the U.S., the Democrats have launched a series of investigations and subpoenas against the Trump administration, and Mr. Trump is not reacting in a kind and gentlemanly manner. He's having temper tantrums and things like that, saying that, oh, this never happened to any other president. And, of course, this has happened to every president that I can remember since growing up. Since actually Richard Nixon, that there have been investigations into, hey, this looks a little hinky, it looks like you're hiding something, so we're going to probe into it a little further and see what really is going on to make sure you're acting in the best interests, of course, of the country. Isn't that what our elected officials are supposed to do? So, thank you for listening to a little bit of what could actually come with this particular podcast. This, of course, is news and information, but it is also for entertainment value also. I will actually eventually need to say that because we're pulling things offline and not really, in some cases, we may not be able to pull an expert in to find out. So we need to actually be transparent about what it is that we're doing also, and that's what we ask of our elected officials: transparency, and just lay the cards on the table so we can all see what's going on. All right, and with that, I'm going to talk to you guys in about an hour with the Influence Club. See you later.
No, that's alright. This is pretty close proximity wise.
Yeah.